Alright guys, so in this week's episode of Cool Tool Tuesday, we're going to be talking about
drill presses. And let's get down to it and just start talking about them. Because we got cheap ones and we got really expensive ones that you don't really need. So let's do it. So we have the cheap Ryobi drill press right here, and I have the Powermatic, I think it's 280 something.
just random numbers.
Whatever, random stuff. Anyways, so this one has a laser, this one has a light, and this one has a laser and a light, and this one turns on and this one turns on. Well, that's not plugged in, so it will turn on if I plug it in. But this one has belt driven, you have to move them yourself. And this one's automatic, it has a wheel on the side, it's a digital readout. So it's kind of fancy.
It's kind of unnecessary though.
It's kind of unnecessary because it tells you all your RPMs on here. What you need.
Yeah. And so again guys, remember this whole video segment is dedicated to teaching guys how to build the dream shop. And the dream shop, it doesn't always need to be the fanciest tools.
It really doesn't. This is kind of just like a stance in the shop, like this is cool.
Yeah.
Like it's got, you know, it's got the big Powermatic on the side. Mm-hmm. But, you know,
it's not
people
necessary.
Don't like, you know, showing off Ryobi in their shop.
But you know what?
It's kind of want to cover it up, but
it's okay.
But there are some things with the cheaper end drill presses that you do have to like modify, which is okay. But trust me, I had to modify this too. I had to make this fence for this because the fence that came with it was total trash. I did not like it at all. It was horrible.
Do you want to elaborate on the fence?
Yes. So the fence is rock maple. I put a T-track in it. It's got a stop block. I did throw some of these screw things in here that I'll use on later date. The chuck is actually really nice. It's keyless, so I can throw the bit in and just lock it down with my hands. It works out great. I can put the handles on the right or on the left, and the throat on this neck goes down pretty far. So the neck is really nice. It goes down 6 inches. This one only goes down, I think it's like 4? I don't really know for sure. Could be 3. But anyways,
this one has a little bit of fence issues, right?
This has fence issues, which you can always fix. So what I did is I used threaded rods when I had it hooked up to my workbench about 2 years ago. I had a threaded rod coming down and bolted on both sides so I could lock this in. You see how it moves? And this is tight all the way. I can't tighten it anymore. So I had that bolted down so this doesn't move and screw up my projects I was working on.
What were those projects?
The projects I was working on, well actually before I started into those, we were drilling into Purple Heart and Paduke and everything with this thing. And it actually worked out pretty good, but at one time I thought I was gonna burn the motor out. And that's why I bought another one of these.
So we have 2.
So we have 2 of these. The other one's down in our crawl space, so I don't really use it. Anyways, we started making these. And I really did start burning this motor. It still does turn on, I don't use it. But I made about 1,500 of these things because we were doing craft shows and we wanted to make stuff, and then I totally failed. But while making these, I bought this because it went a lot faster.
Right.
Then I made these. These are wine glass holders that goes on the bottle. You hang 2 glasses on it. This holds the bottle on a 45 and hovers.
Yeah, there's some pretty common projects. I think there's a lot of.
Yeah, they're common projects, and I try to sell them at craft shows, and then we sold them on Amazon, and we totally failed.
Yeah. So we can have more. Actually, we'll have a more in-depth video about that.
Way more in-depth video about that. But getting back to drill presses, so this is from the ground all the way up to the top. This thing is a beast. I really do love this drill press. It works out great. But if you guys are really just looking to
do the budget shop,
get one of these. It's $100. They're awesome. They work great, and you can't go wrong. It's got a key, so you can make sure that the bit is tightened down and everything. And do some customization because,
you know, duct tape is awesome.
Well, duct tape. See, this is what I did. I wanted to make sure when I drilled, I could line up this line with this line, but that didn't because
I don't know.
yeah, there was a thing over here that I lost that was the gauge for the drill, but that's totally gone. It's broken. Whatever.
Yeah.
But if you look under here, see this little fence it has? It's really small. It's like probably, what, 5 inches wide?
Probably, yeah.
Get some plywood, get some pine, make a fence so it's wide. You got a lot of surface to work. I didn't make one for this because it's pretty big, but whenever I do drill, I always throw a board up on here so that I don't drill right through the fence or through the top. Make sure it's, I don't know, workable. Make it the way you want to make it.
Yeah. So going off of this guy a little bit, since we're doing like the whole basic shop kind of stuff. I mean, this thing, we put these through some insane stuff. Like we were running this place like it was like an industrial shop.
Yeah, like I was
Let's see if you got the bit.
drilling holes, like inch and a half holes, Forstner bits that were dull and just burning it right
Just
through.
Totally burned it.
Because that pine is so sappy, it would just smoke those boards.
Yeah.
And I would just crank on this thing.
Right.
I did not know what I was doing.
It was nuts.
It was not the right way of doing it, but it's a good drill press. If you guys want one,
Yeah.
they're great.
For how often you actually use a drill press in the shop when you're building different stuff, it's probably not necessary. Like, being completely honest, it's probably like one of the tools that you can get at the store for $120 on sale. You know?
Yeah, and that's 120 is like full price for it.
Yeah.
You can get them on sale for cheaper than that. And yes, you're totally right about that. I barely even use this thing.
I know, it just kind of...
It's kind of just the thing in the
trophy
shop. Exactly.
It's like the thing that, you know, we spent way too much money on that we really didn't need, but, you know, when you're working on a crazy project and you think everything's going to go through, you kind of overdo things, and this was definitely an example of overdoing it.
Way overdone. This motor is giant compared to this one. I mean, you can just see the difference.
And we're not saying it's not nice. I mean,
it's a great drill press. I love using it. I mean, I can drop this table all the way down to the floor about here. I can drill legs. I can't do that on this one.
Yeah.
That's the other reason why I got this, because I can do a lot more with this one than this one.
Right. Yeah. You know, there's others like drill presses. We went from like the most expensive to like the cheapest one you could possibly find. There's a lot of different options out there for drill presses. There's some in the middle range that do have this feature where it can go down a lot lower and you can drill stuff. And I think it's probably somewhere in the middle between these price ranges.
I'll even plug this one in. See how I'll show you guys the light on this thing.
Oh yeah. Let's see if it still works. We just pulled this thing out just for this video, so.
So that's the light. It's kind of dim. You kind of see it there.
Oh yeah.
The laser does work.
And it still works. And it's really rusty too.
Very rusty.
Oh man. That is some rust.
You can kind of, I'll show you guys this.
Yeah, so then you can come in here and adjust your...
Not when it's on.
Not when it's on, no.
Not when it's on.
No.
No, make sure it's unplugged, and then you can change all your belts.
All that good
this
stuff.
This one probably needs a new belt because it looks kind of iffy.
It always is gonna look a little iffy. But yeah, guys, when it comes to the whole drill press situation in the shop, if you're seriously considering getting one, it depends on what you're gonna use it for. What we've used them for is really not a lot, and we've done a lot of insane builds, as you guys have seen here on the channel. So with that, we recommend that you get something really cheap versus paying a ton of money for something that you're not going to use every day.
And don't go crazy cheap. Do some research. Make sure that you spend your money wisely on something that's actually reasonable for what you're building. If you are building some crazy stuff, for sure get something that's going to last a long time.
But if you were between like spending a lot of money on a drill press or a table saw,
get the table saw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you're going to use more.
If you don't have the money for a drill press, just go get a regular drill. And that is
it's going to be way more useful.
I actually use my drill more than I use my drill press all the time. So
yeah,
if you're doing custom work, definitely get something nice. Even if you are doing custom work, you can still do it on here.
Yeah.
So.
Alright guys, that's going to basically wrap up all of our thoughts when it comes to the drill press situation in your shop. I hope this video helped you guys out in your drill press buying experience. We'll be sure to continue posting crazy content all the time. Be sure to follow us on all of our social media platforms. We're on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram. So all those will be down below. Be sure to hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed this video. But we gotta start making some crazy stuff and filming some more videos. So we're gonna catch you guys on the next one.